Welcome back. This is Breezing Through, and I'm Emily. So today we're going to talk about DIY safety tips. If you're doing any kind of DIY project, you're very likely going to be working with some kind of power tool or something that gives off dangerous fumes or something that is a chemical that you want to protect yourself from. And like I've talked about before, I have ADHD, and so I would be lying if I didn't say that there are times when I have to use especially a new power tool, and I definitely get anxiety. And in the last 5 years, it's gotten a lot better, but there definitely have been times where I know I have to use a new power tool and I get really anxious about it because I just don't know, even with following all of the things that I need to do to make sure I'm using the product safely, that I could get hurt because a lot of these power tools can be very, very dangerous. So it's very important to follow all the manufacturer's guidelines and to protect yourself. And it's not just using the tools safely, it's also using the right equipment to protect yourself. So if it's earplugs, if it's eye goggles or glasses, if it is a respirator, if it's, using a well-ventilated space, all of those things are incredibly important. So I'm going to walk you through things you should do, things you shouldn't do, some of my favorite gear to help you when it comes to safely doing a DIY project.
Number one, use a respirator. There are going to be a lot of different situations where you should wear a respirator. The times when you really definitely need to wear one is when anytime you are using epoxy resin or any kind of resin, because those fumes can be toxic and it is really important to wear one. And while I'm wearing my old respirator here, I'm going to show you a different one.
So it turns out I have a tree allergy, which I've known about for as long as I've had my wheat allergy diagnosis. But that means that the day after I cut a bunch of wood, if I'm not wearing a respirator, not great. I don't feel super good. So in order to combat that, I try and wear a respirator. I don't always, and I'm really bad about it. Part of it because respirators are so hard and bulky to deal with, but I have found a new brand. This is called Forged Air. It just came in the mail. So this one comes with, you can either get it without the safety goggles or with them. I chose to get it with them because it can be really hard to keep safety goggles on and keep a respirator on. So I thought since they were built in, best way to go. This is super easy to use, unlike a typical respirator. There's only one filter. You just put it on and then put the frame on over it. I got extra extra filters when I ordered mine, so I just have them on hand and I can swap them out as needed. Make sure everything's on there correctly. There you go. And then the other really cool thing about this that is very unique to this is if you're familiar with a respirator, if you're wearing a respirator, people cannot understand you. So if somebody is trying to talk to you, cannot understand you. You sound like a very muffled Darth Vader. So check this out. You can actually understand me. And that's not just because I'm wearing my mic. It's because of how this was designed. Super cool. I'm really excited to use it. Something you should always do when you are wearing a respirator is always wear goggles, which is why I got this. But also, when you are cutting wood, wear goggles, period, end of story. And if you do need to wear a respirator, wear one. Not hard.
Even in a well-ventilated area, you are going to get dust particles from cutting anything, and you can inhale them. So especially when you're cutting something that's not wood, like a plastic, a PVC, an MDF, anything that is not an actual wood, you want to be wearing a respirator for that too. I know a lot of people don't do it. I myself have not done it consistently in the past. I'm trying to be a lot better about it because I have noticed when I do wear a respirator, when I am cutting things, I then feel a lot better the next day than when I don't wear a respirator.
Let's talk safety goggles or glasses, whatever you want to call them. So I have a really hard time with wearing safety goggles because I really like wearing sunglasses because I don't like having bright sun on my face. Maybe it's sensitivity because I have ADHD, but I also know it's better to wear sunglasses when you're outside because so many doctors are seeing so many people with cataracts because of sun exposure. So it's good to wear sunglasses, especially polarized ones. I do have these. They're just Heart brand. I don't love the sides of these. I feel like I don't get enough coverage underneath. I feel like I still get dust up here and it's not protecting my eyes the way I would like. So this is not an ad. Bought this with our own money. This is actually one of my Christmas presents. I got a pair of Stoggles. Now, you've probably seen ads for these. I did get the ones that are the dimmers because, again, I can have, clear lenses when I go when I'm inside working in the shop, or I'm inside working on a project, or they can, darken when I'm outside cutting something. So I even got the straps so that I can take them on and off easily. I do like the amount of coverage I get, and you can see on the side, there's a lot of coverage here. It doesn't just like wrap, there's actual solid coverage. And now we're gonna go test it out. I have some trim that I need to cut. So we're gonna see how well they work and if they actually dim.
We're going to test out these safety glasses here, and I wanted to give them a few minutes to kind of adjust while I was outside, and you can see that they actually did dim a little bit. It was kind of cloudy out, so I didn't get as far as I wanted them to dim, but they work. I also wanted to add a 2.5 here is wear ear protection. It's not fun, it's not cute. They do make earbuds that are also Bluetooth that are ear protection. Your headphones, your regular headphones are not ear protection. Do not think that they're ear protection because you will end up with hearing loss. But overall, I really think that these stoggles are nice. I like how they sit on my face. I like that they dim. That is going to be a game changer for me because I really don't like having sun in my face when I'm outside working. And if I can just go back and forth and not have to change the goggles all the time, that's going to be so much easier for me. Number 3, wear gloves when needed. There are exceptions for wearing gloves, and I'll talk about them in a minute. But if you are working with something that has chemicals on it, that splinters very easily, if you're working with stuff that you're going to be doing outside, wear gloves. It's just the smarter, better way to go. I cannot tell you how many times I've hurt my hands because I am not wearing gloves and I slip and I cut my hand. It's just better to wear gloves. You should not wear gloves when you are using round blades. What I mean by round blades are a circular saw or a miter saw. Probably not with a table saw either, because that's also a round blade. With those kinds of blades, they can actually catch the fabric and it will just rip through the fabric and rip through your hand. So don't wear gloves when you're handling those. 5, unplug/remove batteries for power tools while they're not in use. So when you're not using it, don't have it plugged in. As you can see here, I am working on measuring stuff out, and you'll see in a second that I go over and I then plug in my miter saw. It's just a good practice to have, especially when you're working in a space where there can be small children or random people can come and maybe encounter your power tools. It's just so much better if things are unplugged, they don't have the batteries attached. That way you don't have to worry about someone who doesn't know what they're doing accidentally picking something up and trying to use it. You also don't want to store anything where it's plugged in or has a battery attached to it all the time. It's just better for everything that way. And if you do have something plugged in, usually there's a safety aspect to how to use it. So like with my saw, I have to push a button in and then pull a clamp and then push it down. But I also have a way of setting it to a closed position and having it locked so no one can use it while it's plugged in. Number 6, wear shoes. That probably seems like a given, but when you're working in your own house and you're working on projects and you don't need to go outside and you don't think you're, really working in a construction zone, you don't really feel like you need to wear shoes all the time. I'm very much guilty of this, but wearing shoes is important. I can't tell you how many times I've stepped on something that I wouldn't have hurt myself if I was wearing shoes, and I definitely did hurt myself because I wasn't wearing shoes. And so this year in 2025, I've been trying really hard to wear shoes. Even if that means you're wearing shoes inside your house and you don't usually wear shoes inside your house, get over it because you need to keep your feet safe over the germs that are in your house. You can always clean your house later. Number 7, work in a well-ventilated area. This goes for if you're cutting things, if you're painting things, if you're pouring something, if you're using a stain, if you're using epoxy resin. Work in a well-ventilated area. You'll see in a lot of my videos, I'm either working outside at my house, I'm working in the garage at my parents' house. Sometimes I'm working inside, but when I am working inside, I have windows open, I have fans going. You can see here where I'm painting my son's bed. I actually have the door out to our deck open. Perfectly safe because it is walled in. He can't get off the deck, but it's also ventilating the space because there isn't ventilation up here from the paint. And you can't see it here, but I also had the ceiling fan on. So as you can see here, I'm wearing my safety goggles, I'm wearing air protection, the saw is only plugged in while I'm using it. I'm not wearing gloves because I'm using a miter saw. I'm in a well-ventilated area because I'm outside, and I'm wearing shoes. Looking back, I really wish I was wearing a respirator because I wouldn't be inhaling all of the dust particles that are coming off the saw, but that's in the past. I'm doing better in the future now.
So there you go. Hopefully this is helpful for you also completing safe DIY projects. If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe so you can see more videos like this in your feed. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.